The Mile High Huddle at it again. The Mile High Huddle at it again. Here's how we know Sean Paton could duplicate his Drew Brees success with Russell Wilson. This is the shit I'm talking about. This is the literal shit I'm talking about. Every year, it's off-season PR hype. Just like Nathaniel Hackett's offense was going to be innovative, just like he brought them energy. These are all things the Mile High Huddle said when the Broncos hired Hackett last year. And I have the screenshots of these articles and these headlines. And if anyone wants to see them, I'll post them. How is Russell Wilson and Drew Brees similar at all? How are the offensive systems that Pete Carroll ran and Sean Paton ran similar in any way? Pete Carroll likes to run the ball most of the time. Almost 50% or more of the time he likes to run the ball. Then he likes to do play action. And when he has play action, he has receivers like Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Players who are actually fast, players who have hands, players who can actually gain separation. The Broncos have what? Jerry Jeudy and Courtland Sutton. Players who cannot gain separation against opposing corners. The Broncos need to find someone as close to Pete Carroll's offense as they can find. Because Russell Wilson, he is a one-read quarterback. When he snaps the ball, before he snaps the ball, he knows who he wants to go to. And throughout the entirety of the play, he will always stare that receiver down. And he gets himself sacked a lot of the times. So, how does that equate with what Sean Paton likes to do? Sean Paton likes a quarterback who's going to drop back 3 times, get rid of the ball in a hurry. Take what the defense gives you type of stuff. While Russell Wilson likes to stare down the deep ball, force the deep ball. When the deep ball's not open, run around like a chicken, get himself sacked. And the offensive line is shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not giving the offensive line a pass. This offensive line is garbage. There's not many quarterbacks, if any, who can succeed behind this offensive line. It's been like that since 2015. It's what caused Peyton Manning to get injured at the end of 2014 and caused him to get injured again in 2015. It's what caused every other quarterback after that to get injured behind the offensive line again. So I'm not giving the offensive line any slack, but you fans who want to bring in Sean Paton to coach Russell Wilson, why? Why? There's no logical reason as to why, other than the fact that his name is Sean Paton, and it's going to be the next big thing. Quite frankly, if Sean Paton takes this job, I'm not going to put him up there with the Bill Belichick's, with the Mike Tomlins, with the Andy Reids, with the Mike Shanahans to some degree, with the Pete Carrolls to some degree. I'm not putting him up there because he'll be a sellout. He is going to take this job because he was bribed to take it, and he sold out for the money, not for the legacy. Jim Harbaugh turned this job down, and I hope Sean Paton does because I'm so fucking sick of it. The Broncos need to hire a Jim Caldwell. Oh, wait, Jim Caldwell, he wasn't interested. He turned this job down. He laughed his way out of the building when he found out he wasn't going to have any say on the players that come in. He wasn't going to have any say on the free agency signings. He laughed his way out of the building when he found out even the fucking general manager doesn't have that ability. Even the general manager, the GM, George Paton, has no say. He hasn't had say since he's been here in Denver, despite him falling on the sword for the trust in that presser. George Paton wanted to hire Dan Quinn last year, and he got the tap on the shoulder to bring in Nathaniel Hackett, not for any schematic reasons, but just to try and bait Aaron Rodgers. And when Aaron Rodgers didn't come, they panicked and they fucking traded for Russell Wilson, and then signed him to this big-ass $250 million contract that they are in no way ever going to get out of. So the Broncos need to be focused on finding the closest thing to Pete Carroll that they can find. And if that means bringing in Dan Quinn, so be it. But I don't even think Dan Quinn wants this job. Why would he? Dan Quinn likes to have say on player personnel. He will not get that here. The general manager doesn't have that. When I found out in the presser that George Paton wasn't going to be in charge of searching for the coach, he was only going to be used for input, I about lost it, because that just tells me that this new ownership group is the same as the trust. What the fuck does Greg Penner know about football? What the fuck does Rob Walton know about football? They hired a fucking race car driver. Like, what do these people know about the sport of football, please? And you could tell they know nothing because they're trying to bring in Sean Paton to coach Russell Wilson. Bringing in Dan Quinn at least makes some sense. But I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to make my next video when the Broncos actually hire a head coach. But I'm just getting sick of seeing articles like this.